So what's up? We're back at it. We're gonna get into a little bit more of some floor work. Last time we did a little bit of core. Hopefully you checked that video out. It should be over here, around here somewhere. I don't know how this works that well. Baby steps, you know. But today we're gonna get to some upper body stuff. I'm thinking, maybe we'll even get into a flow. I'm not really into flows, more so into sitting in the poses, breathing, focusing on the breath. I can't wait for my breathing video. It's gonna be quite long, a little longer than these ones normally, I guess, but that's coming soon. But I think maybe today we'll get into a flow. So let's get started. First things first, let's warm up. Let's get those arms nice and moving. All those things like that, that blood flowing, get that body ready for what we're about to do to it. Let's basically start with some breathing. We're gonna breathe in through the nose and out the mouth. We're taking those big breaths in the nose and out the mouth. As we inhale, you want to inhale and that right arm comes up. Exhaling. Remember, just breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. On your next inhale, you're going to reach for the sky. And as you exhale, that hand will come down. Let's make big motions with those arms. Shaking that body off. We're going to inhale again, and as we inhale, that left arm will come up. Big motions. Remember, we're just breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. Warming up that body. On your next inhale, you want to reach for the sky. Exhaling as that hand comes down. Nice big motions. Again, we're just warming up that body, that upper body. On our next inhale, both of those arms will come up. And we're inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Big breaths and big motions. On your next inhale, you're going to reach for the sky. Exhaling as those arms come down, nice big motions. Now we got a little bit of range. Let's warm up and roll those shoulders just a little, just because we are going to be doing the upper body today. So what we're going to do is just bring that, bring that head forward. We're going to come down through our chin. What we're going to do is rotate clockwise, coming around, nice and slowly, and we are always breathing. When your chin comes back to your chest, you want to pause. And of course, working in the opposite direction, you're going to come around. Breathing. Once your chin is back to your chest, I always bring my head back just a little. And coming to a nice, even, tall, stacked, neutral spine. Rolling those shoulders forward a little, maybe even back a little. Maybe even hit it with a side to side with a Harlem shake. But now that we're warmed up, we can get into what we really came to do today. I'm gonna get into some upper body stuff, maybe even a flow. So let's get started. You wanna have those palms beneath those shoulders so that you can have that support for that upper body. You don't wanna find yourself too far above those hands, nor do you wanna find yourself too far below. You wanna be nice and even with that support. Also, as I just reminded myself, you wanna have that ability to move those arms. We don't wanna lock those joints. We wanna keep everything nice and loose so you can keep that blood flowing through that body. So we're on all four. When we come into cat, we're gonna inhale through the nose, bringing that pelvis towards the face. And we're inhaling here. And when you exhale, you're gonna bring that head and shoulders up. Releasing that spine, coming into cow. And again, we're just warming up that spine at this point. So we're inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Let's come to a nice, even, neutral spine. So we're back at even. Our spine. Our hands are below our shoulders. Let's get a little bit into a plank. So when we come into our plank, we're gonna get that body back a little further, bringing those knees back. If you want to come into a modified position, you can always keep those knees on the ground and come into here, a nice modified position. You still have that bend and that ability, and you're still pressing from those palms. You can always come into the full position as well. Your body's nice and long, nice and tall, nice and straight. We are at a plank position here. You do want to have that hip off the ground. You don't want to kind of have that saggy. You want to have that nice and hip off the ground. So we're here. And when you do bring those hips to the ground, you want to bring them all the way down and bring those shoulders up, releasing those toes. And coming into a cobra or up dog, it depends on your comfortability level. What you're gonna do is bring that gluteus up and back towards the feet. You're gonna rest those arms out in front of you, coming into your child's pose as you breathe in through the nose. And out the mouth. We're coming back up. We're on all fours. Again, we're just warming up that body. We're getting into our flow. We got a little bit of it in there. Now we're just going to continue to build. So coming back into our plank. Remember, our body's nice and long. You can always come into the modified position and do exactly what we just did. Have those hips up, bringing them down. And then again, just bringing yourself back. But let's get into something. Again, we're just building on our flow. So next thing we're gonna do is come back into our plank. So remember, we're nice and long. We're breathing. If you always want to get a little bit more of a workout, you can always tighten that core area. That'll keep that balance within the body as well, but baby steps. So we're here. Again, we're gonna bring those hips towards the ground, coming into our up dog. You can uncurl those toes, bringing those shoulders back, coming into our Cobra. We're always breathing. You're gonna uncurl those toes. Let's lift those hips up and off the ground. We're coming into our down dog. If you need to adjust your feet just a little, that's perfectly fine. You wanna have those feet aligned with those hands so they're about shoulder length apart. You're pressing up from those palms and those heels are going down. We're always breathing. You're gonna bring that body forward, bringing those knees towards the ground. That gluteus will come back and down. And again, we're resting those arms as we breathe. So, did you make it through the whole thing? Did you fast forward? Be honest. You sweat a little bit? Did you warm up? All right, don't matter. Somehow you made it here, so I guess I did something right. But no, thank you for checking out my videos. Subscribe to my channel. I gotta make a cool kid slogan and all that stuff like that, but you know, baby steps.